So today we thought we would introduce you to little Liv. She's 32 years old. She's known as Epilan's wife. We took her on, it must have been 10 years ago now, her and 14 other show ponies that unfortunately found themselves in very bad conditions, and she's falling asleep. She knows what's going to happen. So one of the ways that we interact with the old horses is we do a lot of massage, because obviously being athletes, once upon a time, their muscles were strong and well formed, and they were very healthy and kept in tip-top condition. And anyone out there that might be a bodybuilder or someone that goes to the gym will know that if you don't work out, if you stop working out, you start to ache quite a lot, and the strain on your muscles and the strain on your joints and your tendons starts to become quite apparent, especially as you get older. So we give them a lot of massage, and Liv's one of the ones I've been massaging for many years, so she knows exactly what's going to happen. So I'm going to talk you through what we're going to do, and you can watch her. She is very, very old. She's 32, and as you can see, just human touch sends her into like a very, very sleepy state, and sometimes she does go to fall. We're used to it. It's not anything to worry about. It's just her reaction to being touched and loved. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Okay, so one of the first things we do is, I communicate with them. As I said, I believe in magic, and lots of people do this. There's lots of people out there that work with energy blockages and things, but I've found over the years working with them that I can actually pick up where they're probably feeling worse and help disperse that energy and work a little bit the massage in that area. So what you'll see, I think horses for many centuries have been trying to tell us, but we've all been ignoring them, that when you touch an area that requires a little bit of work or a little bit of help, they blink, and they blink quite strong. You'll see quite a strong reaction to I think she needs it everywhere today. Quite a strong reaction to human touch, and we're all built of energy, and this is one of the ways that I tell where they need a bit of work. So I always start at the top of the head here. This is up here, called the atlas on a horse. So we touch here and we work our way down, and if you just follow her eyes, just look at her eyes, you'll see when there's a real strong blink, and that's her telling me, there you go, that here is hurting her at the moment. So it might not necessarily be hurting her, but it could be just a blocked energy field, or just through age she's starting to ache a small amount. So here I would start working. I'm going to look at her whole neck first of all, so I'm going to work my way down and see if so it's the same blink in the same place here, and then if we keep going, see, these are normal blinks, they're really obvious ones. There you go, here. So we've got here and we've got here that need working on for Liv. She's finding it hard to stay awake. She knows what's happening. Okay, good girl. So this licking and chewing is another way of her communicating and telling me that I've got it right. So we'll let her have a little lick and chew, and then I'm going to go and get the oil, and I'm going to show you what I do. See, she's still blinking in this spot here. So we'll go and get the oil. Okay, so I make my own oils, because having so many horses it would start to get expensive. It's the base of the oil is actually just sunflower oil, and that's really good for aging anyone, but aging horses in our area. And it's a really good antioxidant, and it helps. It's like an immune boost, and it will actually get into their skin and go into their body, which helps them. But also we do give it in their feed, so they get it internally as well, which is a really good way of keeping them healthy and supple. And then I'll put in oils of my choice, depending on what they particularly need. I've got lavender oil out here at the minute. I've just got lavender oil, which we'd obviously use, and I'm sure many people know, for relaxation, sleeping, to calm their nerves if they're stressed or upset. And then we have ylang, which I can't say. I normally call it lang lang because it's easier, but I'm sure you have an easier pronunciation. And this one is a really good one for horses that are troubled, or have maybe a bit of turmoil, or haven't really dealt with demons that they've once had. So this is a really good one. It's a pick-me-up. It helps balance them, and it helps them feel refreshed and at ease. So I use this one quite a lot when the horses first arrive, which we'll probably be using on lovely Ginger, than when we can get around to doing her. But and on the older ones that are more relaxed, we tend to use obviously the lavender to help them sleep. I'm actually going to use the ylang today on Liv, only because you will see she's very, very sleepy. She's very, very old and she's very, very sleepy, and the last thing I need to do is make her any more sleepy. So we'll give her this, it'll give her a little bit of a pick-me-up and make her feel a bit fresher, and it smells lovely, and it's good for myself as well, obviously being in my current state. It's good for the baby and it's good for me. So together we'll work together, and I'm sure we're going to be very relaxed by the end of this session. Okay, so I'm going to use a little bit of the oil. I rub it all over her neck here. So again, we'll just check that she's still happy with where we were before. Yep, she is right here. So I'm just going to work this bit, and I use my fingertips to work the area, and if you just watch her eye, just watch her face, and you can see how relaxed she gets. And then I'll just keep pushing down and dispersing that energy there for her, and then any pain that she might have. So Liv gets really, really sleepy. I can't do too long on Liv because I think she would lay down on her back for this. She absolutely loves it. But you can imagine all the years of working, and, you know, especially, I mean, Liv's a show pony, so she'd have spent her life working in an outline, which means bringing their head round and their carriage, bringing their carriage so they're sort of up, push their bottoms up behind, and they're kept very, very tight and made to trot with their heads in a nice outline, which is great when you're young, but it's not so great when you're old and you're trying to use those muscles which have been used all their life, and now obviously they're doing nothing, so she will struggle. So we just massage the area here with the end of my thumb. Good girl. And then we'll work our way down to the next bit. It's around here somewhere. Here. We'll give this a bit of a rub. Good girl. Good girl. And just the warmth from your hand is really helpful for them. Good girl. You tend to find after they've had a massage, they go to sleep. They'll be flat out in their stables. He's a good girl. So the other way that you can remove any energy blocks, and a lot of healers or people that work with energy, Reiki, things like that, it's just you hold your hand very gently on the area. So as you can see, this is the bit that I don't do this too often with Liv because it really does send her a bit dopey, as you can see. So it's just to show you how it works, but I won't keep my hand there for too long because she'll fall over. Oh, she's going. Okay, we'll stop. So with Liv, I tend to rub the areas just to keep her stimulated a little bit so she doesn't plant herself on the floor. But she absolutely loves having a good rub, don't you? So when you've done the one side, then we'd move on to the other side, and I'd do that as well for her. I tend to, unless it's really necessary, I do this top part of their body all the way down to their spine and down to the dock, down to their bottom. This is where their main meridian line runs. So I work on this more than I do on anywhere else on their body. I always check them, and if I find somewhere that needs it, obviously I work on it. But as a rule, I tend to just do the top half of them here. Just for one, obviously for time, and two, it's just nice for them to have a bit of hands-on relaxation and spa treatment. And if they've got joint problems, we do a lot of joint massage for them. Okay, so we're just going to work the other side. We've done one side for her. It's very windy, I'm sorry. I'm trying to so you can hear me. So if you work again, we'll work our way down. We're looking for an obvious blink. Okay, it's on the same spot again, which would make sense because obviously if there's pain on both sides or a blockage on both sides. And again, we'll move a bit further down. Nope, she's all right on this side, so it's only here. So we'll give this a nice rub for her. Try and work it out. So there are lots of ways to massage. This is how I do our horses. It's the way I've been doing it for years, and I find it works. But there are so many people out there that have got incredible holistic ways of dealing with problems with their animals. And as I say, this is just my way, and it's the way I've learned. And also remembering that I do work mainly with very, very old horses. Our horses aren't young, they're very, very old. So a younger horse's body would need far different attention than the work that I do on dear old Liv, bless her, being 32. So just make sure there's no more block there. She'll soon tell me. Oh, yeah, is it there? Okay, let's go. And it's a lovely relaxing way to spend the time with them as well. Just it relaxes me, it relaxes them, and the kids like to come out and do it. And the horses love the interaction. It's one of their favourite things. Good girl. Okay, so I'll just give her a run down both sides with my thumb and fingers. Good girl. So over the summer months, unfortunately, we can't do this as much because you use a carrier oil. I don't want to be putting them out in the heat with the oil on their skin, so I end up cooking them. So I tend to try and we sort of start again around about now, autumn, and we go right through up to spring. In summer, to be fair, they hate the heat so much, they just want to be out of the way, so they stay in their stables in the day and then they disappear off outside during the night. So this is actually her first massage since spring, so to be fair, she's in good nick, aren't you? Hey, I thought she'd be a lot stiffer and have a few more issues, but she hasn't. Right, so we're now going to work onto her back, and she's going to really, she loves having her withers and her back done. This is something that Liv's always thoroughly enjoyed. If you remember, she would have once had a little rider on her back as well, so this back's worked very, very hard, and it's also supported lots of children. Liv's had lots and lots of children, lots of offspring, but even now is still competing and doing really well. So she's I know myself, having had lots of offspring, how much it would be nice to have a nice back massage. Okay, so I'm going to work on her back and just check to see if she's got any blocks on her back. I have to just mention my wellies, by the way. I'm going to just show you and get it over and done with. This is the look of a 7-month pregnant woman in a pair of wellies working on horses.
You look lovely, Mum. There's no...
So, just in case you pick them up in the picture and wonder what on earth's going on my feet. So she's licking and chewing again, or her little friend who's been in the burrs. Look at the... That's Kimmy's forelock. It's not supposed to look like that. We're going to have to try and brush that out. She's got little burrs. They're like little tiny sticky buds. So she'll be gone in to try and get the nice grass. Oh, Liv's not happy with her. She doesn't want to know. Go on, off you go. Go on, off you go. Go. No one watching. Go on, good girl. Good girl. You're ruining
She's sticking
Liv's
around.
massage. Be nice. Be nice. Good girl. So, all things considered, Liv's in quite a good shape given her age. She doesn't seem to have anything. It's just her neck, really. So I'm just going to give her a nice massage down her back, and then she'll be done. That's the noises of an old people's home. Cinderella's hay's gone down the wrong hole. Oh, bless her. And she can't control her other end when she coughs. Oh dear, Cinder's get a drink. When Nick was saying yesterday about the change in muscle and shape of them, I mean, Liv would never have obviously looked like this. This is a very old horse, all this dip in her back and the way her hips come out slightly. She's just lost all her muscle mass. Once upon a time she'd have been, not thick set because they're quite dainty ponies, these Welshes, but she would have been, you know, a lot stronger than she is now. And obviously carrying all the foals have made her back dip and brought her hips out, and she's got a very deep little bottom, so she's been through the wars, haven't you? And she's such a fighter. She's still here, and she still loves being naughty, don't you? You finished? Yes. So this is Liv being, she's finished now. Oops. Yeah. I end a massage with them is just with her tail. This is an extension of her spine here. So we just give it a gentle roll each way. Good girl. A bit of a pull, and all it does is it helps stretch and relax all these muscles. Good girl. That's it. And she'll now go and have a nice deep sleep in her bedroom and have her lunch. Won't you, Liv? Hey? Okay, so little Liv's had her massage and she's feeling all sleepy and ready to go and have her afternoon nap, aren't you? Hey? And I'm really pleased because given it's the first one since spring, she's actually not blocked or got any tough bits at all, have you? She's quite good, given your age, aren't you? Hey? So we'll do it every couple of weeks with them. I haven't got time to do it every day, sadly, but I'll do it every couple of weeks just to keep an eye on them and just to make sure. And it's also a really good way to check their body weight and check that they're, you know, nothing that we might have missed. You know, we're only human. We do sometimes miss things, and this way I know that, you know, when I get them out and give them this, I can check them over for any cuts or anything that might be untoward or not welcome. They're groomed every day, but this is a really good way of interacting with them. And Liv would spend hours just sleeping, wouldn't you? Hey? Oh. Oh, she's so lovely. You could do this all day. Just literally cuddling her. Right, but I'm going to put her to bed because she's made me sleepy and all the smell of these oils. And go and edit this video for you. So we will see you tomorrow.